What is up, everybody? All Day OBJ here, and today I'm bringing you another gameplay, and it is a Demolition Lodestar, I believe, with the MK48. And so my setup is the MK48 target finder, suppressor, and stock, I believe. And I know a lot of people hate on the target finder, but I just wanted to just kind of show the power of an LMG with one of the target finders, and just like how powerful they really are, because LMGs I think are actually even a little bit OP in this game. Oh yeah, also if you look at the score here, it says 24-10, which isn't that great, but then in the next round I managed to change that score all the way to 51 kills, and I don't get a single death in this round. So yeah, it's a flawless round, which makes it pretty cool. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. So LMGs, I actually think are quite OP in this game if you set them up properly. Now, with a target finder, it's going to be extremely easy to just know where all your enemies are. And then with a stock, you can strafe around, I think it doubles your strafing ability. So you, instead of having to use like quick draw, you can just aim down sight around corners, and then you'll be able to catch people sprinting and win more gunfights, which is what you want, right? Now, the only real problem with the LMGs is, well, first of all, you do everything slowly. You sprint slowly, you recover from sprinting slowly, you aim down sight slowly, which is why these guns are more meant for camping, because you kind of can't really move that much. Like, you can't really rush with a light machine gun. But what makes them so great is that they have extremely high damage and range. So that, makes them a lot more viable, because you can really use them at any range, even for close range if you're already aimed down sight. But, anyways, so yeah, you can use them for close range, and if you're aimed down sight, as I said. But they're best for, camping in kind of high traffic areas. But in this game, I don't think I camp too much. I don't think I really camp. I kind of just move around the spawn. Since it is Demolition, you can kind of rotate the enemy spawn and kill them from there. So anyways, back to light machine guns. So they are pretty overpowered, as I said, just if you set them up properly. And I think this LMG that I'm using right here is the best. I haven't used the other ones too much though, so you never know, but this one definitely is my favorite for now, at least. I think the LSAT is very close to this, very similar. I think the LSAT's reload is a little bit faster, but to me it feels like the damage and range is superior with the MK48 rather than the LSAT, but I don't know the exact stats, but that's just what it feels like to me. So anyways, but the other LMGs I don't think are that great. There's the QBB LSW, which seems to fire quite fast, and its range and damage for a light machine, like, they seem just as high as any other gun, but for a light machine gun they feel a little low. And then the hammer, it seems pretty interesting. I watched a video on it. I think, yeah, Drifter made an in-depth on the hammer, and what he said is that it fires it makes it the fastest firing LMG with the first 7 shots, and then after that it goes down to the slowest firing LMG, and that's per trigger squeeze, so I guess it can be kind of good and bad. But the nice thing about the hammer is that you don't really need an optic, because it does have pretty good iron sights, at least I think. So the iron sights feel pretty usable to me. I think they're definitely the most usable iron sights out of the LMG category. Although you can definitely use the other ones. I could use the iron sights on the MK48. I just prefer not to. I much prefer an optic, and I think the target finder is the best one, because you are going to have to play a little bit campy, so the target finder will work well for that if you're going to camp. Because that's kind of how LMGs are, how they're made for, really. But as you can see here, I'm kind of sticking in the spawn. Just to rack up as many kills as possible, because that's pretty much the goal in Demolition, is, to hold the enemy in a spawn trap as long as remotely possible until you get overrun. Because the great part about Demolition is that the spawns, they don't rotate. So that means is, you can just keep them stuck in the spawn the whole time, and that means you can rack up your score streaks quite easily, just if you just hold the spawn trap. But eventually, whenever you get overrun, what I do is I use the attack insert. That way I can just get right back into the spawn trap and then just keep killing them over and over again. But overall, I think the LMGs definitely are worth a shot. So if you haven't been using them, then definitely give them a give them a go, because they really are quite useful, and you can definitely, you know, do work with the LMGs. But yeah, so as you can see here, I've called in the Lodestar, and one thing I kind of learned about the Lodestar, which is pretty interesting, is that if you click, you get a free flare with it, and if you don't know what that is, that's what lets your Lodestar avoid, you know, like a stinger missile. So you get a free flare with it. You can have unlimited flares when you click Y. If you go back in the video, at the very bottom of like the Lodestar area, you can click Y. It will say click Y to, I don't know, it's like to change the view. And what happens is it really clears up the screen. It's no longer all orangish looking, or greenish looking, I guess. And it makes it just look a lot more clear. And then every time you click Y and switch it back and forth, you get a free flare. So if someone's using the FHJ-18 and just spamming it at you, then you can do that, and that will kind of stop you from getting shot down, I guess. But anyways, it looks like this gameplay is coming to a close. Click any of these links if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys later.